But fuck, the coke was really good and I didn't want to spend all night shitposting and drinking myself to sleep, so I decide to go through with it. Get to party. It is in some penthouse at the top of a 50-story condo building, newly built. They tell me it's a masked party and I'll have to put one on at the door. WTF.jpg. I don't have a mask, I tell them. They say it's okay, they have them for guests. I tell them I don't want to be in any gay orgies tonight. Fag looks me down from head to toe and says, don't worry, the type of crowd here won't fuck middle-aged fat white men. Okay, a little butthurt about the comment, but decide I don't have anything to worry about. We get into party with masks and it's like rich people LARPing as if they were in Eyes Wide Shut. I start talking to one of the naked waitresses and she tells me to follow her on Instagram. I ask her what's the point in wearing a mask if you dox yourself with your social media account. She says something snide regarding my weight and asks me how I even got in. Wandering around the party listening to people's conversations, trying to add a joke or colorful comment. Then a toast is being made by some creepy podesta type dude, now tells us about the main event of the evening. I ask myself, where was the party agenda? I didn't see anything. He then brings out 10 to 15 girls and boys aged 10 to 13. Oh fuck no.exe. Where the fuck am I? Try to find the British chick. Run into fag since I knew what mask he had on. He is naked running around with a tail anal plug up his butt. Ask him WTF is going on. Tells me not to be a square and I should be grateful they even let me come along. I tell them I am not a pedo and this is some sick shit. He tells me I am not one to judge others for their decisions because I clearly lack impulse control around buffets. Tell the faggot to go fuck himself, which he replies he'll do anyway. Start looking for door. Get to front door and it's locked. Big black dude, apparently the bouncer, tells me no one is allowed to leave for another 2 hours. WTF kind of party is this? Open door to bathroom and decide to camp out there till it's over. Open door to find man staring himself at in the mirror without his mask on, but oh fuck, he has a reptilian face. Dash the fuck out. Decide to go out on the balcony for a smoke to calm my nerves after seeing reptilian, humanoid or whatever the fuck. Can't puff on my cigarette through the hole in mask and decide to move it up so I can drag it better. Chick walks up to me and says that I can't remove the mask from my face. Was about to tell her I was just trying to smoke and wasn't going to take it fully off. Before I could make my case, the BBC bodyguard comes over and asks what's wrong. She screams in his face that I took my mask off. The BBC guard immediately grabs me by both arms and escorts me out of the party. Had I known taking my mask off would have gotten me kicked out, I would have done it a hell of a lot sooner. Finally get back to my apartment. Notice the Half Dave's classic double is on a plate on my kitchen table. A brunette QT female walks out of the bathroom in yoga pants and tank top. How was the party, sweetie? She asks. I tell her it was weird getting this odd feeling that she has been my long-term GF. She tells me my burger is ready and is about to watch some Netflix. I suddenly realize I haven't renewed Netflix in 2 months. Who underscore the underscore fuck underscore is underscore this underscore bitch. I turn to stare at her face and see coal black eyes. Suddenly turn away only to stare back and see that she has vanished. Eat leftover Wendy's. TFW no GF. Go to bed. Okay. so I've told this story before, but I've found that my words sometimes seem to fail to connect. I'll now try to relate it through the prose of green text, because it's one of the only ways I know how. Prolonged exposure to 4CHAN really do be like that sometimes. Be me. About 7 years old. Laying in bed during a school night. It's probably around 11 or 12 p.m. for me. Anyway, start to feel thirsty. Sit up in my bed, already feeling kinda iffy since my door is open and facing down a hallway. Intense fear of the dark, mainly because I was 7. Look through door since I'm about to leave my loft bed and need to see if the coast is clear. Can't wake up parents. At the end of the hallway, near the kitchen, there's a tall, lanky thing standing. I always tell people it was walking into the kitchen. It was staring at me. I'm getting goosebumps actually telling the truth. Immediately flatten on my bed. Holding my breath, not even letting my lungs rise out of fear it'll see me. Put pillow over my face. At least if I die, I won't see it coming. Stay awake like that for at least 30 minutes. Can't move. Sleep like that for at least a month straight. Still do sometimes, and I'm now 21. Hear noises sometimes. Used to see shadowy figures out of the corners of my eyes. Still do sometimes. Saw one leaning over me when I was 14. Looking at my 3DS in bed. Slept with the lights on for 2 days. I've never told anyone the full story and I likely never will. I have no idea what to make of it and I'm not sure I want to. I just needed to get that off my chest. Here's an unrelated meme for reading this. I've always had vivid nightmares but a few still stick out to this day. In an empty city outside an abandoned department store/wholesaler. Lights are on in the street and inside but the shelves are totally empty, no cars either. Extreme sense of unease, go inside the store through a broken window. Store is mostly old blue carpet with a path going around. Follow the filthy laminated tile floor path through the store, looking around. Ceiling has tiles missing or damaged with wiring hanging down. More shelves, empty or fallen to their sides. Find an elevated platform area, no lights on in it, tiny set of stairs leading to it but it's shuttered off. Get flung against the shutters, feel wave of pressure against my back pushing me. Push myself off, fall backwards and scoot myself away. Shutters start to open, lights stay off. Start getting pulled into the dark. Claw at the floor trying to get away. Lifted off my stomach and fly into the dark. Surrounded by faces, some angry, some sad, all screaming at me. Feels like I'm beaten or punched. Curl up in a ball and cry. Voices stop, look around. In a puddle of something cold inside the platform area, lights are on now. Platform area has red carpet and fake wood wall paneling with a bunch of naked, yellowed mannequins and scattered displays. Pathway continues through this room, follow it. Path immediately ends in a small circular fitting room with mirrors on each wall. Get extremely nervous, turn and leave without entering the fitting room. Mannequins have all toured to face directly away from me. Hear glass break, get pulled into the fitting room. More screaming faces and pain until I wake up. Be me, 16, doing laundry at my grandmother's house alone. The laundry room is in an unfinished part of the basement, The rest of the basement is finished and consists of my grandmother's painting room and what amounted to the sports den. Decide to take a break, head for the other part of the basement. My grandmother has a doll collection set up on the walls near her side of the room on 3 narrow handmade wooden shelves. Something like pick related was on the bottom shelf. Along with other very old dolls, the middle shelf had things still in their antique boxes. The top was unused and was only about 4 feet away from the ceiling. Paid no attention to it. Decided to watch some television while clothes were being finished in the washing machine. Briefly go upstairs for some food. Decide to glance at the dolls again while also looking at old football trophies and pictures my grandparents had of standing next to old college coaches they had met. At first confused, then started shitting bricks when I noticed what was off. Sambo's up on the top shelf. It's too high up for a person to normally reach up there. Double-checked and made sure that I wasn't seeing things, and it was clear that it was the same doll. When the rest of the family got back, my father had to reach up with a small stool normally used for yard work to reach up to the doll and put it back. Everyone thinks I was playing a dumb prank. Y'all ever hear of haunted wells? Texan Anon here. My mom told me this story. It ain't much, I'll be honest, but it kinda spooked me the way she told it. Never shared it before, but if anyone will appreciate it, /x/will. Young parents finally ready to buy a house. Idyllic home in the country. Live oaks with their thick, low branches brushing the tall grass out in the yard. Plenty of room for our boy to run around when he gets older, honey. Feels Goodman.jpg. They move in. Out back there's an old well. It's kind of falling apart, but parents think it makes. First night, Mom has a dream about the well. There's a huge bird sitting on it, talking to her. She wakes up. Can't remember what the bird said. Oh well, who cares? Second night, Mom has the same dream. Wakes up and remembers the bird asking for something, but can't remember what exactly. Later, Mom goes to the store. Old lady approaches her. Did you move into the house with the old well? Why yes I did, ma'am. Did you used to live there? Old lady looks nervous. My son moved in there a few years back. Turns out her son kept having weird dreams. Take a wild guess what they were about. Mom gets weirded out. Tells the lady she has to go. I know I sound crazy, but there's something living on that property. Thank you, crazy lady. Mom leaves. That night, the same dream. This time the well is full to the brim with water. Mom walks over and looks in. Sees an image of my crib, but I'm not in it. Just a pile of little bones. Mom looks up at the bird. It's her. She wakes up drenched in sweat.